Hey you guys, my name is WinterTooth100 and a few days ago I posted a picture of this build behind me on Reddit, and it was the most liked build I've ever posted there, and I even had some people asking requests for a tutorial. So today I am going to do a brief tutorial of how to build this thing. It's rather easy, but it is the most expensive build you could do in survival. I have no idea why people want to see a tutorial of this, because you'll probably never be able to build it in survival. If you do, let me know in the comments down below. Share a picture of your version of it in survival. I would love to see somebody crazy enough to build this thing. There are hundreds of blocks of netherite and dozens of the ancient debris, the rarest blocks in the game now. The ultimate flex would be to build this house. As quickly as I can, I want to run through the blocks used in this build and roughly how much of each you'll need if you decide to use it. So, black wool, 16, basalt, 64, ancient debris, 54, warped stem, 152, netherite blocks, plus or minus 332, depending on if you want to replace it or not, but it's a lot. It's the most expensive block. 32 crimson stairs, 8 slabs, 8 gates, 14 buttons, 48 fence, 4 iron bars, 3 iron doors. These 3 can be interchanged however you want. There's 102 in total, but a combination of cyan concrete powder, warped nether wart, and warped planks. Your primary block is going to be the warped plank, so if you're going to favor one, you're going to want to favor that one. You're going to need 6 of the stairs, 16 of the soul-fired lanterns, with 14 of the fence. The nether bricks is kind of iffy. These aren't exact numbers, but roughly a stack of the blocks, some of the fence, a couple slabs, some of the walls, and a few stairs. You're going to need exactly 12 anvils. Between cracked stone bricks and stone bricks, you're going to need 108, but it can be interchangeable, so you can have half and half. Whatever it is, these two got a total 108. And finally, on the list of things you need, you're going to need 20 stone brick slabs and 132 stone brick stairs. Camera Bear is up in the sky for a third-person perspective as we do this build. I built this using my texture pack. There will be a link in the description down below if you want to use my texture pack and get the exact same look. We're going to build it with the main account here with standard default texture, so you guys will be able to see both as we go along. Oh, and if you are going to use the texture pack, use the andesite instead of stone bricks in every instance of stone brick. The andesite looks way better. It's a little darker, trust me. And I think that's about everything, so let's just dive right on into the build. So starting with the stone bricks, we're going to place 4 blocks high pillars. We're going to leave a space of 3 and create another pillar of 4. We're going to do this on the front side until we have 4 pillars, and on the sides we will have 3 pillars. So we're going to build this all the way around. And once you have that, we're going to connect them each along the top. With the top in place, we are going to grab our stone brick stairs, and we're going to come right to the edge and place an upside down stair. We will skip 1 block and place another one, and we will continue to skip 1 block, placing in the upside down stairs all the way around the entire build. With those stairs in place, we will come underneath and we'll place 2 upside down stairs in just like this for each of the openings. And with all of those in place, you can grab your cracked stone bricks and just kind of randomly throughout it periodically, you can just replace some of the normal stone bricks to give it a more weathered look. And we'll do this all the way around the build. And look, we're already very nearly done with the bottom floor. We're going to grab our ancient debris, and on the insides, we're going to place in the ancient debris all the way around, leaving a 1 block depth in here. And on the front and back, you will leave a gap on the left and right hand sides. And then in the center, we'll leave a 2 block gap for our door. And you'll be left with something along these lines. We'll very quickly break out the grass block here so we can place in our iron door. And then in each of the gaps, we'll place some iron bars. Directly behind the iron bars, we're going to take black wool and we're going to fill these in. Now this is purely an aesthetic look. This is if you have no intention of actually living here. If not, don't place in any of the wool anywhere in this build because you'll be living here. You're going to want to look out your windows. Next, you're going to want to grab your warped stem, and on top of the stair in the corner, we're going to go 5 blocks in height. We're going to skip 1 stair and do another 5 blocks, and we will repeat this process all the way around. When you get to the corners, you will do both of the edges like so. With those in place, we're going to continue using the warp stem, and we're going to bridge the gap between each of these beams. And additionally, we're going to place a block pointing outwards right on the edge of this. Before we get too far ahead though, we're also going to grab the crimson fence and place it down 1 block low like this, so we can place in another block on the corners. We're going to do that on all 4 corners. Now very quickly here, you can just grab your crimson buttons and just dot them on the ends of each of the little log pieces that are poking out. It's probably the easiest part of the build to accomplish. And with that, we'll grab our crimson stairs and we'll do the same thing we did down below, but we will do it on the 2nd floor, and we'll bridge in these little sections all the way around. Next, we'll grab our crimson fence, and beneath each beam, we're going to do 2 fence, and then between them, we're going to do 1 on each and an open gate in the middle. We'll repeat this on each of them, going all the way around. Next, this next bit is kind of up to you and how you want to build it. I personally would just grab my warped planks and start to fill in the gaps in between each of the beams with the 1 block depth going back from them, and then any blocks after the fact we can remove and fix up later. So you'll have something like this, and then we will build it up until it gets right behind the stairs and cap it in just like that. Next, we'll go through this part specifically so you can see exactly what I mean. We're going to remove this top block and put in the upside down stair, and then we're going to put a warped slab on top of the block on the bottom. We're going to grab our stone brick stairs, place it in upside down right here, and then on either side of it we will put in our slabs. The reason we're doing this first is because we want to mix in cyan concrete powder, and because it's a gravity block, if you don't have something beneath it, it will just fall. So we want to get our shape in first, and then you want to be very careful about which ones you choose, but you're basically just going to come through and pop out a few. And the reason why you'd be careful is because if I wanted to put a warped block here now, that's going to fall, and basically you're just going to have to fill it in somewhere else. Be careful not to replace the stairs or the slab though. We're going to do this on all of them for the front 3 and the back 3, and the sides will just be solid. Pro tip, if you place in all of your non-gravity blocks first, then placing in the gravity blocks last will be very simple, as there will be no risk for them falling. Once you've reached this section and you have all of your slabs along the bottom, if you are building this for decoration, go ahead and put in the 2 black wool behind each of the windows. This will again give us kind of a dark, mysterious look right behind it, so it appears like maybe something's going on in there and you can't quite see what. And if you're using vanilla textures like I am here, you're going to want to put them behind the door as well so that you can't see through the door. This next bit can be a bit tricky, but if you just remember how many blocks there are in the count, it shouldn't be too bad. We're going to start just off to the side of this beam poking out, and it's going to be 1 block up, and then it's going to be 2 blocks up, which for a total of 3 tall beam, and then we're going to go put a temporary block in right there. This one will also be 2, and then a temporary block, and this one will be 1, just like that. And we'll mirror it over here on this side, and same thing, we're going to want to make sure we have this block under here, and you'll end up with a shape like this. We're going to build this on both sides. With that on both sides, we're going to grab our crimson stairs, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to cap them upside down under those, and right side up under the center one here on both of them. Next, we can remove the fence and gate from under here. We're going to place in 2 slabs or a full block if you happen to have a full block. Then we're going to do an upside down stair on either side of it, 1 in the front, and then slabs in the corners. Then we'll grab our warped fence and we'll create just a little fenced area right up top here so we can come around on the back side. And with our netherite, we are going to slowly fill in the back side here. You're going to want to do a warped stem, ideally facing in the same direction as the other ones. And then you'll do your iron door with your black wool directly behind it. That'll give us a look similar to this. And we will repeat it on the other side. With all of this part complete, you can grab your soulfire lantern and place one in right above the door on both sides and under every single fence that is too tall connected to these beams all the way around the entire build. Now we can grab the warped stem for the last time. We're going to come to either side of the build, and right on the edges we're going to build 1, 2, 3. Again on the other side, 1, 2, 3. And then in the center, 10 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we will repeat it on the other side, and we will no longer need the warped stem beyond this point. Next, we're going to grab our stairs and stone bricks, and we're going to create the frame for the roof. We can start right at the very edge and come out 1 block, and then using the stairs, we can continue out this way. You're going to place in an upside down stair here, and then you can wrap the stair in just like that so you get this shape. Next, we're going to grab our stone bricks, and we're going to step it up by 1 3 times. So you see we got 1 there, 2, stair, stair, 3. And then we'll put a stair at the top here. We'll place a stair underneath. And then here's where it gets just a little fancy, but not terribly complicated. And we'll repeat it on the other side. And you'll be left with something like this. Go ahead and repeat it on the other side now. With the front and back in place, we're going to turn our attention towards the side. And we will use our stairs primarily in the beginning. And we'll just place a stair right side up and a stair right side down until we have 3 in a row. We'll place 1 upside down and place in our first block. Then we'll do stair, stair, and 2 blocks. Then stair, stair, and 3 blocks. And finally we will cap it, except here it's slightly different. We'll place in a full block there, an upside down stair beneath it, and then we can place in an upside down stair here, covering up the full block, where we will do a right side up stair and a right side up stair facing opposite. You'll notice we have 3 stairs going up, and then a 1 block jump, a 2 block jump, and a 3 block jump. We're going to repeat that pattern on the other side. 3 stairs, 1 block, a stair and 2 blocks, a stair and 3 blocks, capped with another stair. And we will repeat this on the other side. And we'll take another quick look at this because it can be a little confusing. Remember, it's going to be a full block right behind the stair with some stairs underneath it. We're going to finish up the sides of the build now. We're going to grab our basalt block and we're just going to place it straight up. Remember, this is directional, so be sure to place it in the right direction. We're just going to pillar this straight up until it's right behind the stair block. You don't want to go any higher than the stair block because you'll just end up needing to remove it for the roof later on. So we're just going to fill these in real quick on both sides of the build. And now for the most expensive part of the build, we're going to grab our blocks of netherite and we are going to simply connect these up going across. We effectively are going to have our full block adjacent to the stairs. And we're going to follow this in a sort of stair-like fashion. You see how we got it to round here? We're going to just continue to keep rounding it, and we want it to try to stay level with the stairs. So you see that this one is 2 blocks tall now because we want to keep that block right in line with the stair level. So wherever you see that there's an additional block with one of these stairs there, you're going to want to make sure that they are adjacent with the stair block. And in this situation, you notice how this is 3 blocks tall while this one is only 2 blocks tall. That is exactly the way we want it, and we're going to bridge this up right in the middle, and then you can complete this on all 4 corners. With your roof up to this point, it's the same exact method. We're going to continue it out like this, except here you can choose to keep it out a little bit and do something along those lines. I personally prefer to do it this way, and we're just going to bring them all the way across, and you'll notice this is the only section where we're not staying level with that top stair, where we're going to choose to not be adjacent to that stair, and instead we're going to bring these across just like this on both sides. And with the whole roof in place, you're going to take your netherite block, you're going to place it right next to the stair, skip 3, skip 3, skip 3, and finally skip 3, and it should put you right up against the next stair. You're going to grab your anvils, and you're going to place them all the way across. They're incredibly loud. We're very nearly done now. We're going to grab our nether bricks, and we're going to just pick a spot in the roof to start knocking out some of the netherite blocks, and we're going to start creating this chimney shape. And then it's just a typical chimney, so you just bring it up whatever shape you feel like. I'm just dotting some blocks around here. I'm going to grab a few of these walls, and I'm just going to place them in. And with my walls, I like to grab slabs and cap them so they look kind of nice. And then right here along the top, we're going to do a couple of these. And at this point, you can grab some cobweb, and then you can start to make yourself your own little smoke coming out of the chimney if you would like. Not necessary, but it does help complete the illusion of this chimney. And this is the very last part. This is completely up to personal preference, and this whole time you should have been seeing clips from Camera Bear showing you what it looks like in the texture pack I used in the Build a Day challenge photo that I shared and got requests for. So hopefully you can see both sides of it. There'll be a link in the description down below for the texture pack. But this last bit is completely up to you. It's not really required, but you just can come through and start dotting around a few of the netherite bricks, kind of randomly, blocks, not bricks. And this will give you that kind of beat up roof, kind of looking like it's a little dilapidated and maybe falling apart, or it's had a few repairs. But this is a great way to make it look just a little bit more rustic and old within your world. Now, I realized after editing pretty much this entire thing that Camera Bear's vision's a little small, so I have the texture pack on right now. You'll notice that my nether bricks are black, so they fit in a little better. The iron doors are also solid, which is really nice, and it just kind of gives the whole place a darker, witchier vibe. Additionally, in this texture pack, the iron blocks are also dark, like the netherite, so you could, in theory, dot your roof between iron and netherite and give it even more weathered look. This is how it originally looks in my first build, is with the iron blocks. But if you're playing with friends who don't have this texture pack, it will look bright white to them and totally destroy the illusion. But that's going to be it for this tutorial, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you like, subscribe if you haven't. Leave some comments down below. Let me know if you like this tutorial, what else you want to see. You can find a link in the description for the texture pack, for my Patreon as well, where you can vote for what things I do next, which builds we do for tutorials, what you'd like to see, that sort of thing. Thank you guys again so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.